Cork. Brady. Oh, it's a stunning goal. Burnley find themselves 2-0 up. Stephen Ward has just picked out an absolutely magnificent strike. We may be less than 45 minutes into the new season, but is this a portent of things to come? Chelsea, 2 goals down and a man down.
And you're back with us on Sons of Pitches. Episode 58. The season is officially started.
Alexander! I know! Champions League, man!
Okay.
I love leaving Liverpool.
Yeah, he is.
I have a bad feeling about the Liverpool talk set.
Shut up.
You just heard a clip from Burnley's shocking win at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea.
Shocking.
Yeah, it is shocking. No one
It is
expected
shocking.
them to win.
It is shocking. I was shouting in my room at 11:30 in the morning. At night.
In the morning.
Shut up. So we already have the Premier League. League One has started 2 weeks before England. The other domestic matches haven't started yet, but Super Cups have already started for Italy and Spain and Germany. That will give us a bit of more content to talk about later on. But first off, let's start reviewing some Premier League games over the weekend. So Chelsea versus Burnley 2-3 at Stamford Bridge. It's a rough start to the season for Antonio Conte.
Captain! Captain!
Anyways, let's talk about Cahill's red card. So 40 minutes in, he was sent off from the pitch.
That
Was it fair?
No, that was a yellow card at most. It was just one leg.
No. Stats out. Stats out.
It's still yellow.
Stats out.
Stats out. It was a stats out.
Ask the ref to give Singapore a red card.
Kita cakap pasal game lain, bodoh.
Ni salty Malaysian fan.
That's why the quality of the refereeing at SEA is so bad.
That's the end of the podcast anyway.
Facts.
the thing is, if you look at the way he was sent off, right? Usually Chelsea players, they will make noise on, you know. But he didn't really resist. He didn't really resist this time.
He was just like,
a red card? Okay.
Okay.
Let me leave the pitch.
To be fair though, he knew that he did wrong.
Okay.
That was a very reckless tackle.
What was the second red card though? Wasn't there a second red
It was
card?
second yellow for Fabregas.
Fabregas.
But it was towards the end of the
Fabregas.
game. It was towards the end of the game. Speaking of which, because he was sent off, we actually got to see Christensen in action.
Who's that?
Who made his Premier League debut actually.
Who's that?
Exactly.
Sorry,
Who's that?
that's me with Chelsea Academy players. Who's that?
Apparently they bought him like 1 year ago, but then they sent him on loan to Mönchengladbach.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah, good job. Cute.
Yeah, very cute, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm not sure if everyone here would agree with me. I guess one of the reasons why they lost is because of a starting lineup.
Starbucks.
It's a poor starting lineup.
Well, it's London, yes. I expect the Starbucks to be there.
Was it
Forgive me, I'm tired.
poor or they didn't have Matic?
That's another reason. That's another reason
Really,
to
was
get
Matic
into.
really that much of a influence to Chelsea?
Well,
back
last
then?
season before he was terrible.
Ask a United fan how it feels.
No, aside from Matic, don't you think if Costa was there instead of Batshuayi, it would have been better?
Yes,
Yeah.
because he would have muscled the Burnley defenders away,
Yeah.
and now that Burnley doesn't have even Michael Keane,
I'm gonna put this out. I'm just gonna put this out. Batshuayi reminds me of Origi.
why so upset? There's no need, hey guys, there's no need to be upset. Let Batshuayi be upset. Fuck that guy.
Anyways, after that, let's talk about what else do we have to talk about? Let's talk about Matic here. His loss was felt.
I thought you wanted to talk about Matic in the United side.
He's talking about the loss of him being.
Of course, we're gonna interlink both topics, you know. Okay. This is why it's hard to be a United fan in this podcast, you know.
Hey,
You're-
Be an Arsenal fan this podcast.
You're not
and
the-
know
you're-
actual pain.
no, be an Arsenal fan in general, then you know actual pain.
No. Arsenal
You can
fans.
be a Liverpool fan
Arsenal
also.
fans still okay because they have to deal with no trophies every year. That's a consistent fact. for them.
Excuse me?
But whenever we win
What are you
something,
talking
when
about
something
no trophies every
turns
year?
good for us, right? We can't celebrate it. You know, we can't feel genuinely happy.
You felt happy, right? Europa.
I can't.
Pogba scored a goal.
Hey, the next time you win,
Zlatan
FA Cup,
win his first
Look at the
Europa.
sarcasm at this table right now.
They won the League Cup.
Look at the sarcasm at this table.
Wow.
They won the
Wow, League Cup, amazing.
Anyways, just to remind you guys, Hazard and Bakayoko was not playing. So that's something to keep
Timo is
in mind.
injured,
Honestly,
right?
Yeah, both of them
Chelsea
are
is
slightly
missing one of their
injured.
First squad players, and they're gonna
Yeah.
go with this team against
Well,
Spurs.
if you want to wrap it up early, right, the only way I can see this is they do not have the first team players that.
Yeah, definitely.
They don't have it. That's the thing. That's the only mistake that they had. They had no good.
No,
first
I wouldn't
team
say none at all, but like
the
a good amount of them.
The replacements that they brought in also is like what Batshuayi.
Are we saying that they are lacking depth?
I thought this
I would
was
say
I
so,
thought this
but-
was the issue we brought up last season as well.
That's because they keep on sending their fucking academy players
Oh,
everywhere.
it's
I mean,
okay.
that's good for them in the long run, but that's not good for the
Just
club.
look at their outgoing players, wait.
Yeah,
The list of outgoing players.
that's as much as my debt, you know. like my debt accumulated.
I'm
right?
sorry, I
That's
haven't
how
seen my
much-
depth yet. Mine was just saying.
So I'm just saying, even though they have a poor starting lineup, it's a good win for all of us that Chelsea lost the first
Yeah,
match.
the first match.
We will take it as a
In a
win.
way, this loss of 3 points could impact something in the future.
Do you think Burnley will be able to win their next match?
Nah.
Speaking from experience, Burnley has won last season's
City
second
season
match
has not
against
changed.
Liverpool.
The City season has not changed here at Sons of Pictures.
Okay, but I think that Burnley is gonna have a good first half in the next match. That's it. 'Cause
Wow,
if
first half
If you
only,
look at it this way, Burnley's first half was amazing. Second half,
They shut down a bit. Yeah.
They shut down.
You know, Morata's goal was so what the
Impactful.
fuck? In true Burnley fashion, they let him go. Everyone was like, wait, he was free. Everyone just stood there when the ball went in. And I was like, what the fuck, Burnley? Oh yeah.
Burnley.
You know what I enjoy the most? Morata falling down all the time on the pitch.
No, getting pushed. I mean, like Burnley was playing
So
very
soft.
rough.
No, he's so soft.
So soft like tofu like
Yeah,
that.
but then now that you think about it though, Costa not even being in the first team lineup now, that's going to affect them so much because they don't really have an enforcer up front anymore.
It's their fault to start with anyway.
Well, who asked Conte to send the text? Moving on to our next talk set.
Bro, I'm breaking up you.
Moving on to our next talk set, Crystal Palace versus Huddersfield Town. The perfect
What
start for the Terriers
the fuck, man?
to the season. Crystal Palace. Okay, I think this is a classic case of experimentation going wrong.
Oh,
Because
because Brendan Rodgers.
No. Hear him.
Crystal Palace, I feel like there's still hints of Allardyce in this Crystal Palace team.
City is thinking. Don't deny it. There's a lot of times that happen already.
Hear me out,
FA Cup.
Hear me out, hear me out. Palace usually employs a 4-2-3. They always play a 4-man defense.
Uh-huh.
They have never played a 3-man defense
Yes.
before. A 3-man defense is more of a Dutch style of play. But this didn't really work out for Palace lah, because number one, they lost Sacco.
It's not working out for Liverpool. But we have Sacco.
I didn't expect the first point to be they lost Sacco.
Yeah, they lost Sacco.
Sacco's important to them.
Yeah, they lost Sacco. Okay,
some point, yeah.
they had their backs covered because Loftus-Cheek was there, Fosu Mensah was there. Still okay, still alright. But
Wait,
without
Foster is a fullback, right?
yeah,
Why
that's
is
why I
he
said they're
center?
covered on both backs. 3-4-3 ma.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
As in the right and the left is covered lah, but there's a hole in the middle right now.
Who's the one in the center?
Good question. I don't know.
Oh fuck.
But Deke, I think.
Benteke up front. Okay, the thing is when you look at the highlights, right, all of the goals are just very in your face, you know. It's like the goals just go in and then the Palace players are just stagnant there, paralyzed. And then just look at each other. How did that go in, guys? That was their reaction, you know.
I know the answer.
Why?
Aaron Moy.
Okay, Aaron Moy.
Aaron Moy.
Okay.
Aaron.
Mo, you have to give him credit for the set pieces and the corners that he took, because that was how Huddersfield intercepted. Steve Mooney did a really good job with the pace and interception.
I believe that I'm not sure, I need to go back and check this out because if we were to watch it, how they played the championship compared to this one, if we were to be able to compare how they played, it could be a carbon. I would say it's a carbon copy, or it would be similar, very disciplined. Like it's typical.
It's a typical champion.
World Cup
It's how
style
championship
play.
teams play
Yeah,
when they get
hold-
promoted.
They hold the line. They hold.
But I wouldn't say typical also, because
set pieces.
I don't remember QPR being disciplined.
QPR had money.
No, I'm just saying. So you can't say.
No. He has a valid point. When QPR came up during their first season back in the Premier League, they were very all over the place.
But
Same team like WP.
I don't remember Middlesbrough being disciplined, although first two games I did lah.
2007.
Because he beat Arsenal, I think. Pretty sure that's why he's cut him there.
I think
Was it
okay.
2008?
Puncheon was really poor. I just don't think he suits in that formation in that midfield position.
Puncheon for me will always be that impact sub. I don't see him.
Yeah, he always punch himself in the
pace.
face.
Fuck off.
What?
I never see Pancham playing as always the sub coming in. You know?
Yeah,
I said
he's like a
it's a
Chicharito, you know.
sub.
He's
not
like a
an
second tier Chicharito, you get what I mean? Cup,
Chicharito is not a super sub. Wait.
Wait,
he is a super sub.
He is.
He is a super sub.
He is a super sub.
We'll talk about that later in the West Ham talk set. I think Kabay is dearly needed right now.
Where is he? Is he injured?
He's
or what?
injured.
Oh,
I think he's
shit,
injured. He didn't play in this one. He was on the bench or something.
PSG said can't send me back. I want.
Anyways, a good start for the Terriers. But do you think they'll be able to continue this form coming forward?
Who are they playing next?
I'm not sure.
Fact check.
Fact check.
Oh.
I knew this was gonna come out. Huddersfield is playing against Newcastle against Rafa's team.
It's gonna be sex.
Jonjo Shelby's not there, don't worry. Fucking stupid like you, Jonjo. Oh my god.
Yeah, so I don't think they stand a chance against Rafa.
No, there's a vast.
And look at them.
There's a huge gulf in class in terms of experience that both Rafa and Steve Lee have.
In terms of tactical masterclass.
Yeah, so technical mindset. You're talking about a team with a manager who has won the fucking Champions League, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that Champions League win is the most important Champions League win in the history of the Champions League.
I don't think so. No, this is
You shut the fuck up.
This is you stroking
You will
your own
never
ego.
shut the fuck up.
Alright.
Hey, how's it like not passing the quarterfinals, bitch?
Hey, when's the last time you won a cup?
Shh. The facts speak for themselves. Piers Morgan supports Arsenal.
Oh.
Yeah, you know who else supports Arsenal?
Idris Elba.
Yes.
Fuck you.
I mean, I'm gonna do that every week because I don't like that.
Moving on to our next talk set,
Guys,
which next talk set.
James is a Liverpool fan. Okay, done.
Next talk set, which I believe both Henry and CK have a lot to talk about. Watford versus Liverpool, a 3-3 draw.
CK, take it away.
Yo, I remember during the night of the game, I love how sad our WhatsApp group was because of the two of them.
Man, it started off as like I was coming back from somewhere. I was coming back from the
coming back.
airport.
Yeah,
Yeah,
coming from the
so
airport, yeah.
I saw a headline just pop up. I mean, like notification on my phone. Right,
1-0.
so it's just 1-0. Okaka from Watford scored.
You never said Okaka.
I was like, who's Okaka?
Sorry.
I was like, shit, wait, Watford 1-0. I don't feel like watching already, Henry. I told him straight away.
Yeah.
I went back
You
home.
were supposed to meet up with me.
I was like, fuck. I went back home, straight turned on the TV, Mane scored. I was like, okay lah, we are back on
That was a
again.
very good goal from Mane. That was
Okay.
the glimpse of attack that we wanted the whole season.
Okay,
long.
here's my approach to talk sets.
Right.
I like to talk about the problems instead of the achievements, and I'll do the same for United later. I promise you.
Okay, the problems are defensive
Yeah.
shit.
Okay. But we all know how little Liverpool can be up front.
Yes.
There's no doubt about that.
Yep.
Okay. Even without Coutinho, they were amazing up front. Okay. But this is just Liverpool's defense, same old again.
Okay.
We saw this the
This is
entire
worse
season
than-
last season.
This is
It's the same shit.
This is actually worse,
No, I
I'm telling
feel
you.
like
This is actually
No,
worse.
I feel like
This
it's
was-
worse because I saw so many gaps in the defense.
This was when Paul Franceschi was in Liverpool.
Okay, I'm going to explain.
Seriously, when Paul Franceschi was in Liverpool.
It's like Konchesky and Squillaci coming together.
Oh, I think it's worse than that, lah. Pretty sure. I think it's Bender being in defense, lah. Okay, so I'm gonna lay down to you guys how bad it was, the defense, right? So imagine there's two centre backs, right, lining up, and the player from Watford is in between them.
Yeah.
But okay,
That's their defense.
Okay, no,
Okay,
I
like,
understand. You see, the thing is, I realized they were playing out of position. Like,
This is not
They
our
were-
position.
Watford is not out of position. They're playing
Watford
together.
players were allowed to go in so deep into Liverpool's own
Okay,
half.
okay.
And this is Matip and Lovren, your best defensive
Lovren's our
combination
best
so far, you know. Why?
Matip is our only best defensive combination. Lovren is there sometimes. He's like, hello, I'm here.
So what I'm seeing here is the tactics deployed by Klopp or the defensive
defense.
coach is fucking wrong right now. This
Okay.
cannot work in fucking EPL.
I wanna-
Putting a fucking Watford player in between the defense, this is wrong.
Okay, I want to add on to that as well. Liverpool employed a very disciplined zonal marking system when they played against Watford. The flaw was it was too disciplined. They were all ball watching, not man watching.
Exactly.
They were all ball watching, and that was the problem there. When they started ball watching, people were free. Okaka, the one for Firmino's fault, but the second goal that came, that was really like what the fuck, like really like how the hell did he go through?
Exactly. That's my entire thought
That's because
process.
they were all ball watching.
How the hell are they in that position?
But
Why are they allowed there?
There's also a point to bring up where Liverpool can't really handle set pieces.
Oh yes.
So
Even
coming to
during
that.
the corners.
So coming to that, they apply the same thing in the fucking set pieces also, okay?
Okay, and also one thing I want to point out here as well is when CK actually wrote in the top sets, the rundown, that we have a problem communicating in the back. Back when Rafa had Skirtle, Agger, Hipia, Reina.
I highlighted Skirtle red
Carragher.
color, by the way.
I know.
Yeah.
Just to trigger him, right?
Okay, fine, Skirtle, fuck off. Carragher, okay? These 4 defenders and the goalkeeper at the back, these 3 defenders and the goalkeeper at the back, this is like, they have proper communication and they were solid. Not only were they disciplined, they were communicating. Liverpool right now with the defense, no one is fucking talking.
It's like a fuck fest.
Everyone
It's not a
wants to
fuck
get the
fest.
ball.
It's not a fuck fest. It's like,
Because Mignolet doesn't do anything.
it's like, oh, you should get the ball.
Can we talk about Mignolet's performance? He's the ball coming. I'm gonna stretch my hands out. Deflected.
Okay, the thing is, right, Mignolet didn't. You could see, right, Lovren and Mignolet were not talking at all, especially the part where he tried to hit the ball away.
Yeah.
And Mignolet came out to commit. For what? It's either you shot keeper, then they get the ball. Even John Arne Riise was talking about this when I met up with him the other day. Plug in, it's called Man on the Street. Okay, John Arne Riise was there and I was featured. Yeah.
We
Okay.
should
Cut it
do
out.
the other way around.
More like stick on the street.
Cut it out.
Astro Supersport channel 834. Okay, there are reruns. I'll be there.
Again, it should be the other way around plugging in.
Anyways, when John Arne Riise raised this point,
Right.
he put a lot of respect in Pepe Reina because Pepe Reina commands the defense. So the defense listens to him.
Correct.
Mignolet doesn't have command in the defense. It's basically everybody is doing their job, but no one's talking to each other.
Because he's a Belgian number 2 keeper, that's why. That is like he's singing.
And Mignolet doesn't
like
know how to
he's
decide
singing.
on. When he does something good, is when no one wants him to be good.
Problem is-
when he's bad, is when he needs to be good.
Problem
That's
is,
Mignolet, you know.
no problem is, Simon Millet is the smartest player in Liverpool.
It doesn't
but-
matter, but it doesn't work. Fuck.
How is he the smartest player in
He has a
Liverpool?
lot of degrees.
He has a lot of degrees.
And he can speak a lot of languages.
Yes. So he thinks he's too smart for the team. That's the problem. That's why he's not speaking, lah. You know?
Oh my
He can speak a lot of
God.
languages, but he doesn't really use them. There's no point.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, attack-wise, right, even for Hoffenheim, I don't want to say anything. Because attack is good really. It's just our defense really needs sorting out.
Okay, before we move on, Moreno's resurgence. Any thoughts on
He's
that?
gonna drop. Hey, show glimpses of
No,
Hoffenheim.
I'm
already.
saying with
That cross was class though. That cross was class though.
with Robertson coming in, he puts an insecurity in Moreno's mind. Even though he wants to play for Liverpool as well. I mean, there was transfer rumors, lah, right? He was going out of Liverpool, but Klopp decided that he has potential in it. I mean, like, he sees he has the potential. All he needs to do is be disciplined in his defense, which he is the first game in Watford. Then later on, Hoffenheim questionable, lah. Yeah.
So
But still,
we do agree that this is not a problem that can be solved by buying better players.
No, it's not. It's actually the backroom staff needs a bit of.
It's just the coaching staff lah.
It's just the coaching
Defense staff,
especially The defense staff needs a change in tactic. There is something wrong, and it's an elephant in the room that no one has addressed for the past 3
I don't
seasons.
think it's just the defense stuff. I think it's just basically you guys really just need a leader at the back. That's all. Because
Henderson-
right now,
Yeah, that's true. And
There's no
Virgil-
proper
I think
captain
Virgil van Dijk is
quality.
not the answer.
there's no one at the back.
That's the problem.
There's
Also.
no one at the back.
Since Gerrard left, right?
So
Especially.
that's why I said Trent Alexander-Arnold is gonna be that captain.
yeah, you train him and then he's gonna leave Liverpool.
Fuck
Eh,
off.
please don't. I
Fuck off.
see Flanagan become like, oh, he's the future Gerrard, and now
I never
he's
said he was a future
he went to
Gerrard.
Burnley.
Who said?
I don't
Who
want to say
said?
anything.
Who said?
Liverpool fans in general.
Put the
are
sock in
sometimes
his
a bit-
mouth.
You know where he's gonna end up at? Barcelona.
I don't mind that. That's good.
Moving on. Next talk set. United versus West Ham. 4-0.
Why are we talking about this?
Fuck, United is so fucking scary right now. I'm telling you.
Okay, instead of me doing talking, you do the talking.
Why would I want to talk about
do
this?
lah,
I
talk
mean,
lah.
So, for me, watching the match, right, I thought United, I was just like, oh, I just want to see a glimpse of it. Like, I want Chicharito to score against United. You
Okay.
know, right? Who wouldn't want to see that, right?
Okay.
So, when I watched United play, it was perfect.
Wow.
Perfect tactics from Mourinho. Perfect players at the right position.
I am quite
Doesn't look like Mourinho's team, right?
Doesn't look like
Mourinho's team, right?
Doesn't look like Mourinho's team. They were playing to show that they are here to challenge the title this season.
I thought Ferguson was in the dugout, honestly.
Wow.
It
I mean, okay.
has a shadow. Okay, Matic and Pogba reminds me of Fletcher,
And
Carrick, Scholes back then in the midfield.
Right
That
now,
was
I
how
think
great they were.
This United team, they honestly, this is not dissing Rooney or anything, but they're actually doing so much better because Rooney isn't there.
Agreed.
Because back then they had the focal point.
And remember,
which is
Rooney was still a key player back then. So Rooney was gonna be employed into any of their tactics.
Was Rooney last season's key player? Tell me about it. No. Exactly. So
I think
he's
I think
not-
Rooney
yeah, that's the thing. But
which was why
Rooney needed the as much as I hate to say this, he needed the transfer to Everton because it's a fresh, it's like a rejuvenation for him.
So are you saying that in this case Liverpool should offload Coutinho and then fresh?
yeah,
Wow.
I'll take it.
For Coutinho maybe,
I'll
but
take
for
the
Liverpool maybe not.
£132 million and
But for
buy
Liverpool maybe
something
not
else.
because if you think about it,
Ice
if
cream. I'm
Coutinho
gonna
is
buy ice
kept in the squad, it's still that in a sense for Liverpool.
Okay.
You know, but for Coutinho maybe he needs he needs to go bigger. He wants to go bigger.
Again, speaking back about Rooney was actually a hindrance because they really couldn't go as creative as they could.
Hindrance is correct.
Okay.
Just now what you say is not. I don't feel is correct.
No,
He wasn't
I'm
a
not
key
saying
player.
He's a key player, but the thing is, a lot of their tactics does involve Rooney either way.
Even when he was in central midfield
Because
under Van Gaal.
the team used to build tactics around Rooney.
Remember why?
No.
And then when he
Because
declined,
Rooney
it didn't
is
work
the only
anymore.
one from the old guard that can act as the captain.
You're talking about Mourinho's team or whose team? Van Gaal's team.
Ferguson's team. Yeah.
Van Gaal's the transition.
Van Gaal never had a team.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Walao.
When Mourinho come in,
Fuck.
Rooney is not the key player
Van
anymore.
Gaal never had a team. Just saying.
Fuck off! I'm saying Mourinho's team right now. Rooney was never the key player.
Yeah, but
So that was what happened last season. They just
Exactly.
wanted him there.
It's just there.
yeah,
If you ask me who was our key player last season, Mourinho expected Pogba to be that person.
I think Herrera was the key player.
I know he was the key player, but he expected Pogba to play that role.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Speaking of Pogba, I think his value is returned already. I just want to say that.
Guys,
I just want to say that.
Guys, it's just one game.
No, wait. That's why I said I'll get to the problems.
just
I
one
promised you.
game.
I promised you. I'll get to the problem.
This is how I felt when United was going to win the season, the start of the season when you see this team perform. I'm not jinxing this team. I'm seriously concerned that when Liverpool actually comes up to this team and we're going to fucking lose like 5 or 6, I tell you.
It's just one
Remember
game. It's
Berbatov
just one
still-
game.
This is how scared I am against United right
Okay,
now.
don't. CK, remember when Berbatov was in United and Torres just left Liverpool, or Liverpool and Torres was still injured?
Yeah.
Remember that 3-2 game? That's how I feel right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
please, you guys didn't have the.
We came back because there were the
8-2.
two the two goals were like PT goals like that,
You guys didn't have the humiliation of losing 8-2. 8-2 was 2 PT goals.
I'm pretty sure we're going to go that way as well.
Soon.
at the moment.
Okay. The
If you don't back up, that's gonna happen.
Can I talk about the problems?
Okay, come tell Henry, CK and Isam for all your problems.
Okay, Mourinho has a problem. There are too many players in the squad right now.
Too much depth.
There's too many players. Defensively, he has Smalling, he has Rojo, he has Shaw,
Oh, who was still there?
he has Damian that he didn't play,
Oh, shit.
There's so many players at the back.
Oh, Damian is still United.
Dude, think about it this way.
Fuck.
This is slowly turning into a team like Real Madrid.
No.
No.
Not Madrid.
No.
This is a team that
okay.
Ferguson would have wanted. I
I'm not
feel.
gonna say it's a full Madrid team, but this is a squad with a good amount of depth.
You know what's so different about this team? Back then, when Mourinho was in Chelsea, there were certain players that he acquired but wouldn't use. But right now, he's just using every person. Every person is at his disposal,
Yeah.
So I see a problem one way or another at some point, right? Some players are not going to be happy because they're not getting enough game time and they will leave eventually.
So these kids is a fact that can say that people do.
And I didn't mention Lindelof. Lindelof didn't play,
Because when I heard that Lindelof didn't play, it was also because he did really badly in the Super Cup.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And he's young, he's 22. I can understand why, okay?
Yeah, I can't blame
But okay, secondly, Herrera didn't play. Fellaini came out as a sub. So even in midfield itself, we have a depth already. And Carrick is not.
Exactly, that's
Carrick
what
is
I'm
not
saying.
even on the field, right now.
Exactly, that's
There's too many players in the squad already. One way or another, he has to offload some
So-
people.
But then again,
Because of this
he-
depth, it's gonna carry United all the way.
That's why I said. That's why I agree. I have to agree with that. I have to agree, CK. It's going to carry United all the way.
Okay. Second
It's
problem.
coming from Liverpool fans,
Second problem.
They're so fucked, guys.
I don't like how United fans are boasting this victory right now.
But that's
Your own problem.
that's your fan problem.
I'm trying to be humble.
just so you
I'm
know.
trying to be as humble as I can.
At least Liverpool fans are delusional, not cocky.
I got. Am I cocky? Do I sound cocky now?
Yeah, you were just now.
No lah. Just go.
Do I sound cocky now?
Oh, just go ahead,
Sorry,
fucker.
lor. Sorry, lor.
Fucker,
Want
cibai.
to do blowjob or not?
I just want to remind United fans out there, if you still have a sense of rationality and sensibility, this success was bought, not built.
Okay.
That's it.
Good.
And for West Ham side, Chicharito, Bilic, you don't know how to use Chicharito. You don't play him from the start. You play him as a sub. You don't play him as a lone striker. He needs a partner up there.
Bilic, if you're listening to us, please send us some pictures, and also we got good tips for you. If you can tag us later.
Play Football Manager.
Carol against Arsenal. Thanks.
That's it I have for this talk set.
Lukaku 2 goals. Fuck, those 2 goals were actually really good, And you know why?
He doesn't want to say a
Okay,
thing.
now we talk about that again. Let's talk about that again. Rashford is fucking scary.
Rashford improved a lot, right?
He's pissed. My God.
You see, I'm trying to control myself,
What
but
the fuck?
it's very hard,
I know.
Very hard. Do you see that woodwork or not?
Yeah, I know. I saw.
Oh my
I watched it
God.
live. What the?
What the fuck?
He had 2 or 3 chances. If you give him another 2 or 3 months of training, right? That goal
There were
will happen.
there were 2 occasions when there were 3 West Ham players marking him alone. Who the fuck else has 3 people marking them except Messi?
But that's
Martial.
Are you actually comparing him to Messi?
Yeah,
Right?
I am trying to do that. I am trying to. Doesn't mean it makes sense, but I'm just saying,
Okay, given it's a fair analogy. I cannot deny it. It's a fair analogy.
For his age, For
his age.
At his age, he has shown very stark improvement. From like. 2
And that's
seasons
also
ago.
pressure for Lingard, Because Lingard will have to perform also.
Lingard can leave.
Martial also need to perform,
Then leave to where? Liverpool, ah?
Wait, no, Lingard cannot leave. Lingard cannot leave. He can play the Pied Piper celebration.
Fuck you. Let's move on to our next talk
I
set.
like how you didn't put Arsenal in the top set. Thanks.
That's because it was quite average, right? 4-3.
Was it average? Or was Leicester City almost?
Leicester played damn good.
Vardy played really well. Yeah, Vardy played really
It
well.
wasn't an average game, but it's fine. Alright, next we're gonna talk about.
Okay, I talk about this.
Don't need
I talk about this in the SEA Games. Okay, shut up.
Moving on to our next talk set. This is a special shout out to former Liverpool player Lucas Leiva. Let's talk about
Oh my god.
90 minutes in. Let's come,
Luis Alberto, I miss you so much.
the Italian Super Cup. Juventus versus Lazio. They lost 2-3 by 1 goal. Juventus. Is this Bonucci effect? The Bonucci absence effect?
I wouldn't say so, but
I mean, offensively, they were quite disappointing though.
yeah, they were. Actually, even with Higuain, Dybala was the only person
Scoring goals for them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Dybala was expected because he is a very good player.
Yeah.
And I was very surprised that he didn't bring in, who's that guy again that I was praising him? What the fuck's that guy's name?
Bernardeschi.
Bernardeschi. I was very surprised that he didn't play Bernardeschi. He played Higuain up front instead.
That's actually one of the things I want to bring
Yes,
up.
yeah,
I'm surprised. This is actually a perfect occasion for Allegri
That's right.
for Allegri to experiment with players.
Yeah.
But he didn't use Desciglio. He didn't use Bernardeschi. And I don't understand why,
If you realize how Max Allegri plays with Juventus, he's very stubborn with his players. If he feels like his players lineup is good, okay, he stick with his players. Man.
Yeah.
That's how he wins the seasons. He doesn't do a lot of substitutions unless he's required to.
Sounds like Rogers.
Huh?
Sounds like Rogers.
No, Rogers experiments. Allegri
I
doesn't.
mean, if you think of it.
His stubbornness is experimentation.
We're talking about the Italian league here. This is the season where we're gonna slowly see a resurgence from them, but
Especially from Milan as well.
yeah, but like throughout the whole past few seasons, he never saw anything that he needed to change.
He was comfortable. Are you trying to say that?
Let's talk about Lazio. Lucas Leiva nearly scored. Luis Alberto showing us what he could
scored,
do,
right?
but he
Luis
couldn't do at
scored,
Liverpool.
No, I don't remember.
Remember whether he scored or not?
Who?
Luis Alberto. I don't think he did.
No, he didn't. He did. I think he did an
and,
assist though.
200. But those goals, right, were a result of sleepy defense.
Yeah, it was a
Which is
sleepy.
why I understand why.
Sort
you
of like
brought
the
up
Crystal Palace, you know, in this.
That's why I understand why you brought up the Bonucci.
Hello.
Yeah.
Because
But,
it feels like there's a hole there. And I wouldn't say that Bonucci was the leader because there's still Chiellini there,
yes.
alright? But I don't understand why there was no command at the back. And again, this was not Szczesny. This was Buffon. You have two seasoned players at the back, but they were still able to, you know, stun you
That's
to a
because-
certain extent.
Okay, fine. If you want to bring in Bonucci and saying that his impact was like really missed, right? It's because they were playing a triangle defense. If you talk about it, right?
Okay.
Buffon had always had his two centre backs in charge.
Yeah.
He was.
But now there's
always
one
the
person
last line
missing,
defense.
yeah.
So it's always Bonucci and Chiellini, and plus they're both Italian, so they can actually link up together. Actually, fuck it, think about it. Three of them are Italian.
Yeah.
Puta.
That's Spanish.
Anyways, Juventus brought in Douglas Costa. He didn't play him as well. Instead, he
In the
was.
second half.
Yeah, he came out as a substitute lah, and they just acquired Bryce Matuidi from PSG
Why though?
for experience, I suppose.
I guess in a sense he's going to be the one bolstering the defense before.
For experience, I
the centre
suppose.
backs.
Experience teaching the new
I think
players.
Alves was their source of experience last season, like a
PSG?
foreign
Oh, no.
for
Wait,
Juventus.
yeah.
For like foreign source of experience, it was him. Maybe he is there to compensate for that.
Come, let me teach you how Barcelona play.
Moving on to our next talk set, of course, Real Madrid versus Barcelona
Barcelona is
for the
shit,
Spanish
man.
Super Cup 5-1.
Barcelona is so good, man. Coutinho. So good.
He's a-
We need you, Barcelona. You wait. Join.
Go. Fuck it.
I wonder which stage of grief this is.
Acceptance. This is acceptance.
We have gone past denial, okay?
Okay, let's talk about
That bargaining to me.
this.
We won 120 million plus Rakitic.
This talk set is a continuation of our discussion last week.
Okay.
Alright? We don't have to talk about tactics anymore. In the second leg of the Super Cup, there was no Ronaldo, no Bale. They still won 2-0, and it was Valverde's strongest possible lineup that he could find. All those second-class players, B-grade players in Barca were on the bench.
Umtiti
It was
is
full
still
force
shit,
lah.
also.
He was full force.
Umtiti is still shit.
Asensio is so good.
He was sucking titties.
Oh, but okay, if you want, can we talk about both the legs? Like the first leg itself, you could see the cohesion when Ronaldo was there.
And Suarez dive.
But Ronaldo though, that goal.
Oh.
Fuck. That is
I mean, it's
He still have it. He still has it.
Rashford could have scored something like that.
almost. Give him 2 or 3 months. Give him 2 or 3 months, okay? Give him 2 or 3 months.
I think what.
to be a humble United.
No.
I do have a question.
I think you are Russia.
Shut up.
You cut this out, right? Cut this out. Send it to the Sons of Pitches group. We can leverage him for other benefits.
I was gonna say Ronaldo because it comes out so what I think what is in Yuan's head for Rashford, right? It's like please be Ronaldo. Please not be another Ronaldo
Please be
for
number
us.
7 that you want.
Please number 7.
Number 7.
Give it to us.
Number 7.
That's not Michael Owen.
seven again.
That's the only player he will take pride off, and he.
Who, Michael Owen?
Because he's United grown. You understand?
that's what I'm
Because he's
saying,
United
yeah.
grown.
Yeah, we have to admit that United's academy is one of the best in UK.
Asensio, coming back. Don't trace away too much. Asensio, proven talent.
Oh.
That the goal he scored in the second leg was,
Both the legs, okay? Both the legs, the goals were fucking amazing, okay?
Asensio is amazing.
he's an amazing player lah. Just put it there lah.
Can we
But
just trade continue with
But
Real Madrid?
also you look at it, you can't even complain about the attack. You still have Messi.
We give
you have,
Coutinho and cash for
you still
Asensio.
have Suarez.
you still have Suarez, you still have Rakitic.
But the problem here is the defense. Something is not going right. Something is going on because this is the same set of defenders from last season.
Really, I think the problem is the link up between the defense and the midfield. It's not their defensive plays, but it's their link up from how they react to attacks from Real Madrid.
I kind of disagree though. I think the defensive problem was always something It was always a bomb waiting to explode after Pep left.
Although to be fair, we've already talked about this before.
We've talked about
Arsenal's
this
defense
multiple
is shit.
times. It was always going to happen, but I don't think the board, the coaching staff ever tried to pay attention to this matter
Were you
seriously.
saying that Pep was the one that
Yeah.
actually?
Yeah, have you forgotten how Henry explained
Yeah.
explained
yeah,
the
Yeah,
plays?
the way
space-
Henry-
Everyone,
Space.
everyone sticks to their position. But look at Barca today. There is no glue.
Okay.
There's no discipline on the pitch anymore.
Speaking of which as well, to add on to that, I remember I was going through some football websites and I saw this picture of like Barcelona in 2010 and Barcelona in 2017.
Trial football, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and you could see, everyone
see
going
how
online,
loose it
seeing how
was,
they
yeah.
passed, and now it's just rotating
It's,
around.
that page was honestly pointing out the obvious, but still, okay. I think that's one of the reasons why they bought Paulinho as well. I know it's not your favorite
No, it's
deal.
not.
It's not your favorite deal because his stint at Tottenham was horrible. It was awful. All right.
Yeah, I remember him for the red card for the start up.
He was awful, but again, it's hard to rule out skepticism when you have to go to China to build up to make sure that you earn regular caps on the national team
But
again.
that's the basis, right? Or he's got experience with the national team. That's why he's in Barcelona, right?
Maybe.
Is that actually a very good count?
That's the thing. When I was writing down the talks and I was doing my research, I was trying to figure out what could Barca's rationale be for this purchase. Is it because Busquets is getting older? They see a need for a replacement?
Paulinho's
Is it
29.
because Andre Gomez is really overrated?
old.
They need someone there to command the midfield. That was the most rational reason I could think about.
But he's 29.
Yeah, I know he's 29. That's exactly why they need him. Because he's at his peak now. And he's at experience. Yeah, I know. What's bothering you is because he's from China.
Okay lah, fine. Yeah, I think. Okay, fine. I get it. The stigma. is there.
Our stigma is because he's from China. It's like telling me that Oscar went there and suddenly he's going to come back to Chelsea. You know, of course there will be skepticism.
Yeah.
You know, and I think this justifies more why they want Coutinho and Dembele so bad. They need these two players. They really need these two
They're
players.
actually willing to suck Liverpool bots dicks and also Dortmund's.
Because the transfer window is coming to an end. Okay, within this limited amount of time, there's a problem with defense, there's a problem with offense, there's a problem with team morale. Defenders, how many more available defenders are there that I can buy?
In the market right now, none.
In the market right now, none.
Think of it.
Experienced young ones, yes, but I can't guarantee they will come in and immediately deliver. They've done that with Lucas Digne. They've done that with Umtiti. It's not working
Still
out.
doing that with the
Yeah,
because there's no
you know,
depth.
it's
Buy
not
Lovren,
working
give you
out.
Lovren.
What about the players from La Masia? Why are they not using the La Masia players?
I don't know.
Once
Ask
you
them.
guys wants the reveal, like the most celebrated academy.
That's why I pointed out just now. There's something wrong with the boardroom. Definitely, there's no leader. There's no commander on the ship.
politics.
No one is taking charge. This was making the important
It's
decisions.
like United's class of '92. Yes,
I was gonna say that.
It's like United's class of '92. Ever since the class of '92, you don't see that replication anymore. That's the same thing La Masia's having right now.
Until Rashford come out,
Yeah lah, there's one player lah.
some idiot come out, baby.
What idiot?
I mean, idiot lah. Damn.
You triggered you hard.
That was rash. Take it back.
Shut the fuck up, you man. Fuck you.
That was trash.
But this is actually the same situation as the class of '92.
So coming back to Coutinho and Dembele, that is why they need these two players, because at the very least, yes, offensively they've proven themselves. They will deliver. We know they will deliver.
I'm telling you,
Okay, continue, yes. But Dembele,
correct. Good.
Have you seen him at Dortmund? You were the one who said that in every single time when Dortmund were in a critical situation, they needed a win or a draw, he
Dembele
pops out of nowhere and delivers the goals. You were the same person who said that. I remember very clearly.
okay, but look, that was okay. Fuck, I sound like Trump. Fuck.
Faster, I'm damn hungry. I want to eat char kway teow already.
Oh man, this is damn bitter.
It's a bitter pill to swallow.
That was last season. This season itself, with Peter Bosch in the line, it's a different tactic.
It doesn't matter if
Yeah.
he leaves Dortmund now and goes to Barca. It's a fresh start for him
And you're saying
anyway.
like last season was that far away.
It's very far.
No, okay.
Last season was a few months ago.
So what I'm gonna say,
I feel like it's a year ago, dude. I'm not kidding.
Okay, CK closing statement. Come for this talk set.
Barca is trying to rebuild their team right now.
Which is what they need to do.
Which is why Coutinho is needed.
Go lah, Coutinho, go lah.
Dembele is needed.
Go lah.
Messi is getting old. Suarez
you
is.
can take
How long
Sanchez too.
can they stay?
How many more years does Suarez
Exactly.
have?
How many years does
Did
Messi
you guys hear
have?
that?
Huh?
He just said you can take Sanchez also if you want.
Why? Give us Sanchez lah. We trade for Coutinho. You want?
Yes, please. Anyone who look.
Sanchez ain't going to
Anyone with
Firmino will play midfield, I tell you.
Sanchez ain't going to Liverpool. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
He was going to go to Liverpool until you hijack the fucking deal.
Yeah,
Okay,
good luck.
salty man. Hold it. Hold your salt.
He's not going to leave down with Lacazette there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Think about
that's
it.
his
He's not going to
Good
leave now.
boy.
He's
Well-
gonna leave next season on the free transfer.
Yeah. What I'm gonna say is, even Paulinho coming in, he's not gonna stay that long.
I know.
Right? He's just a player that probably try to convince
This
Coutinho to come
is
over.
Barca in panic buy mode.
Yeah.
You know?
The thing is, Barca,
Panic rebuilding
every single
mode.
thing they're doing right now is a very short-term decision kind of thing.
And Paulinho to me is going to go to Las Palmas next season. That's it. Or even in January, he's going to go to Las Palmas already.
Valencia.
Guys, S.A. Rodriguez went to fucking Stoke. He was in Real Madrid,
So-
PSG, and now he's living the dream. Living the windy days in the fucking Britannia. Well done, dude.
So I'm just
Well
gonna
done.
say this out loud. Good luck, Coutinho. If you ever actually go to Barcelona, bye. Have fun.
Thank you so much for your.
When you fail over there, don't blame Liverpool for selling
You
you.
know, I actually was driving back and I was thinking, like, what if he had a bad season in Barcelona, one season, like 2-3 years down the road, and then he writes a book and it's like, the one chapter that
should
I
not have
regret
left.
leaving Liverpool and like,
That's all.
What if he's the next Götze?
Huh?
What if he's the next
let him
Götze?
be.
Let him be.
What
Some
do you
problem.
mean- What do you mean next quarter? Having metabolism problems?
No. As in he went to Bayern, went back to Dortmund.
Huh?
Went to Bayern, went back to Dortmund.
Okay, now, sorry
Sorry to say,
sorry to hijack your statement. This one came out from, see, he shared me this one with Louis Sahin.
Yeah.
This one, now you bring it to this one, right, it's very objective to me, right? Very subjective to me, because Louis Sahin also worried about the reaction that Dortmund fans will give to him.
Luis Sahin going to Madrid.
Madrid, yeah. When he wanted to leave, his agent told him, Madrid wants you at time. He actually told Klopp, I want to leave because you know, I don't get a chance to listen to him. Klopp said, okay, even if you leave, because you always be my friend. And then he came back. And when he came back, he was very worried in his first game because fans were fucking worse because he went to Madrid for one reasons. But he didn't anything. I don't know how
My Suarez. This is giving Coutinho. I'm not. I understand. Suarez lives in good terms.
Yes.
I'm saying, right? He gave Liverpool a season. Coutinho didn't give Liverpool a season.
He gave them a
Transfer request. He gave us a transfer request saying that I want to leave and I don't want to play for Liverpool ever again. That's what he said.
I blame Pierre here. Fuck you. You can take Tevez, leave fucking Coutinho alone.
Okay, wrap this up. Let's move on to our last talk set. SEA Games!
Malaysia!
Henry, you have 5 minutes to wrap things up for us. Let's talk about the Malaysia-Brunei game and the Malaysia-Singapore game.
Okay, in this game, you could clearly see there is a rift in the team. Rift in the sense where there is no chemistry.
I think the story for both games is the same.
Yeah, there is no chemistry in this team, and you cannot blame Ong Kim Swee because the clubs are not allowing players to.
Yo, they only announced the lineup like what, 2-3 weeks back?
2-3 weeks back, yeah, and this 20-man squad.
And when they called up for training, only 6 players turned up.
That was the that was the
Is it?
AFC one. That's the
That's
AFC
a
one.
Oh,
That's a
okay.
different one. They're still qualified.
But
for one.
that's still quite sad though.
They're still qualified, but Ong Kim Swee is being given a hard time. I don't want to blame him.
This isn't Kim Swee's fault.
It isn't Kim Swee's fault. It is the politics that is running with the clubs. That is the problem right now. It's the Malaysian league that is indirectly destroying. It's the Malaysian league that is destroying the whole Malaysian squad.
DMJ.
Hey, don't make him.
Wait, jangan.
Don't make him write a fucking.
We only have 255 followers.
Hey, don't make him write an essay in BM and English, please. It's a lot of work for him. Okay?
Wait, kau jangan no.
He has to Photoshop his face there. Okay, don't do it. Don't do it. Do you know how hard it is to find a JDT hue? Blue and red. Fuck that. Keep quiet.
Hey guys. Any publicity is good publicity.
You don't want our face to be photoshopped there, you know. What if they do a bad job, you have to call them and say, bro, tak cantik lah muka.
Itu bukan kita punya ni lah, bukan logo kita lah.
Okay, aside from the privilege of being able to laugh at Singapore for the loss, what are our chances in SEA Games?
It's very hard.
I've seen the Thailand, Indonesian team. They're quite strong.
Be Thailand.
No, Indonesia, Myanmar, Vietnam. These guys are good.
Okay.
These guys are good.
I'm gonna say this, yeah. I also saw the Thailand Myanmar game. Myanmar was horrible. I'll tell you this.
Thailand didn't play against Myanmar, dude.
Was it Myanmar or Vietnam? Oh, sorry, it's Vietnam. Vietnam was horrible against Thailand.
Look, you're talking about a Thailand team who is 5 years in development.
Exactly.
We are talking
I'm
about
saying-
a Malaysian squad that is 2 weeks in development. You see the difference there?
I'm saying this. Thailand's taking the goal for this.
I don't say anything.
Where's your Malaysian pride, man?
I have pride, but the problem is Thailand has 5 years of.
You asked, come again. You asked where is the Malaysian pride, right? It's in the dustbin with all the trash that people forgot to throw away.
Then it needs to be in the benches, not on the dustbin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, but that's where the ultimate destination, man.
Trying to justify Chivai.
Okay, anyways, Brunei game, shaky, understandable.
First goal.
Yeah,
The first goal. Something else, lah.
Safawi, well done, but he got cocky after that.
Rashford could have scored that.
Fuck you, right?
Hey, let him be lah. When was
Okay.
the last time we talked about United players like this?
Okay, fine. But Malaysia's
2
squad,
years ago.
I am seeing it in a very optimistic view. Okay, we can challenge for something. It might not be the gold medal.
It can be a silver, lah.
It will be a silver. It might be a silver. I don't want to say anything.
Worst case scenario, bronze.
Yeah, we might be able to get a medal with this.
So worst case scenario is not winning
but
anything.
The problem is
No, we will win something.
the problem here is that
Silver bronze.
there is no chemistry. In
A
the
lot
team.
of rubbish, isn't
Ong
it?
Kim Swee has 5 days to recuperate before Monday's game against Myanmar, and it's a very important game. If you watch how Myanmar beat Singapore, Singapore is basically on par with us in how we play. We are just that shit.
Put it this way before.
I wouldn't say okay, fine.
okay.
Shit is a harsh word because that's Singapore. Malaysia is better than that.
Okay,
So,
okay. Put it this way, lah. Before we end this entire
I'm not done
episode,
yet. Okay.
it's because we're running out of time.
Go on,
Okay,
go on.
5 days to recuperate. That's 5 days worth of opportunity to bond the team. This is an underdog team right now.
Yeah, it is.
If we win a goal, it will be an amazing story.
It will be an
one of the
amazing
best in
That's
the
why I
history
said,
of ASEAN.
I don't want anything. Like I just want Malaysia to play well.
You're trying not to expect anything lah.
No, I really am not. Because from how I see it yesterday, people will say, Singapore boleh dah senang je bro. Dia pun teruk. Do you know how badly we played in the first half? We were utter shit, okay? Singapore was running around with us. I don't understand. Second half, that was the Malaysia I wanted to see.
Yeah, but
Really?
here's the thing. In terms of talents, right? Our players do have it. But as long as we don't have the chemistry, and if Kim Swee doesn't do anything within this 5 days,
Kim Swee can't do anything. Kim Swee can't do
there
much.
is still something that he can do within
Kim
this
Swee
5
can't do
days.
much.
He can do a
Kim Swee
Ranieri.
needs go with this team. He needs a Tan Sri, you know. I'm just saying it out there. He has to be called Tan Sri already. Because this team, with whatever the fuck politics going on with the Malaysian League and the Malaysian football in general, he deserves the most applause. Seriously.
I'm not
sticking with the team.
undermining Kim Swee. Don't get me wrong.
He's won the gold medal before.
Yes. I'm not undermining Kim Swee.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Just I think right now the most pivotal person within the whole thing is going to be Kim Swee.
And also Hal's statements, Tanah Badan is Malaysia's Giroud. So we expect to see him come out more. But seriously, Tanah Badan coming in yesterday was
Tanah Badan was
the
amazing.
best thing to do for Malaysia.
I saw the recap.
What? He came in, changed the whole game, changed the whole 45 minutes. Brilliant.
Okay, that brings us to the end of this week's pod.
His space in Felcra.
And last thing I was going to say,
Yeah.
I can see another person who can actually come in and intervene and do something else. Who? Tengku Wangkut.
Don't make him speak in 2 languages.
Public service announcement. If you go and watch any match in a stadium, please pick up your trash.
Don't just look at me. Don't just look at people and walk away and say, budak tu tengah kutip sampah lah.
Diorang bayar.
I have overheard people going, alah, dia orang kutip sampah lah. Tolong lah bodoh.
Okay.
Fuckers.
I think that's the best way to leave it here. You know, that brings us to the end of this week's podcast. Tune in next week, same time, same Facebook, YouTube channel, Saturday 10 a.m.
Same time, same place.
Same time, same place.
Same time,
it's
same
technically
place.
not a place, it's a virtual space.
A virtual space is still a place.
Okay. Yeah, because it's the ultimate destination. Again, this is.
Same address.
So tune in next week. We'll have more content as the German, Spanish, and Italian league will begin kicking off. But until next time, this is Johan.
This is CK.
Trent Alexander Arnold.
Henry, all the best, Malaysia.
Ciao.
Lots of balls. Goodbye.